I have so many ideas, and it pains me that I'll only do this many of them. I was looking at my bookcase, and I told the Lord I just need to jump into a hole and read all those books, and then come up once I'm finished. I just need 10 more years of life, and then I can do all these things that I swear I'm gonna do, and I'll do it right. I'll do it right, I'll do it right, I'll do it right. We all have somebody that lives inside our head, and we'd much rather be that person instead than the one that we actually are, because that person seems way more fun. And what I've allowed myself to be is nowhere near as interesting as the one I'm talking to all the time. Now, I was thinking about this mental illness. We all know it's on a spectrum. And I think that everybody has people in their heads just that mentally ill actually confront them. And the whole thing is awareness. Once you realize this, you'll realize the truth about everything. So, the gift of having pure empathy is the ability to take me out of the equation entirely. And now, I'm not you. Or, I said that wrong. I am you. I'm not me, I'm you. When you realize that you can't be mad, at least not for very long, because you know that you'll never understand what it's like to be another man or woman. And they have no idea what it's like to be you. That's why I can't get mad that you don't understand things the way that I do. That's ridiculous. Everybody's so ridiculous. Why do they expect so much from society? Are they retarded or something? Probably. At this point, I'm sure that they are. Yeah, at this point, I'm sure that we could be so much farther than we are. But all we do is get addicted to the things that the powers that be want us to be addicted to. Well, I don't have a smartphone to be addicted to, but I'm totally addicted to talking to myself. I know that. So that's the thing. Other people, they need that. Like, they need like a TV to entertain them. And like, yeah, there are some cool things about like YouTube, you know, like you can watch informative videos and shit. Yeah, that's good. It's good to be informed, but like, if you're not applying what you know, it doesn't matter. If you're not looking at this world completely falling apart and asking yourself, how can I better myself and others and help my community, then you're not doing anything at all, okay? And that's the thing that people refuse to accept, you know, like, you gotta pull your head out of your ass, dude. And a lot of people don't want to do that because they just don't want to have to do anything. But I don't know, I was just thinking about, like, more and more, I just don't want to be around people. And I do think that mental illness gets worse over time. But, like, you know, when I was younger, I tried a lot harder to, you know, be part of stuff. And, like, I just don't want to do that anymore. Like, I was hanging out with my friend Ronit, and I just, like, wasn't saying anything. Like, she kept talking to me, and I just meowed at her. You know, because I just didn't want to use actual words, you know? Like, I don't know. What if eventually, like, I just become, like, an actual cat? Like, what if I, like, no longer can speak human and I just meow all the time? Like, what if that happens to me? You know, like, it would surprise me. Like, what if that's, like, my level of psychosis? Like, yeah, that would be funny. Like, what happened to Amy? Like, yeah, she no longer communicates in human way because she doesn't believe that humans are human anymore. So, you know, she's protesting and she climbed up a tree and she hasn't gotten down. Yeah, that would be fucking funny. Because cats climb trees, you know. But anyway. Yeah, like, I was just thinking about how weird that is, though. It's like, that is why I fucking hate social networking so much. Because it's just all these people that, like, have to talk about themselves and their life, and, like, you know, I mean, I do that too, but I don't expect anybody to give a shit, you know? Like, I do that because I know that it's entertaining to people. I mean, I listen to myself, I watch myself do it. I mean, I watch all the videos, I critique all of them, okay? But it's like I'm always watching myself do everything, so I know how entertaining I am. But, like, all these people that put stuff up on Facebook and Instagram and all that shit, it's like, it just seems like they want to be interesting or they want to be taken seriously. And I've just always been weirded out by pictures. I've always been weirded out by, you know, people that, it's like they want to, like, get together with all their friends or their family and, like, take the group photo, and, like, I absolutely hate that shit. Like, you can ask anybody that's in my family, like, they'll tell you how much I hate pictures. This is demonic, you know, like, I'm just naturally turned off by, like, anything demonic, okay? And yeah, I see people that just do what they're told to do. That's demonic. That's like a form of sorcery, I think. Like, because they're just marching in lockstep. They don't know why they're doing it. They don't know why they're, like, having kids. Some people have kids all because they get pregnant. I mean, that's... Look, I'm never going to agree with that. As an illegitimate child, you know, it's fucked up. It's fucked up that people just have kids. Like, it ain't shit, you know? Because that needs to be something that's taken very, very seriously. And I think the reason why so many people are so screwed up is because they didn't have parents that took that seriously, man. Or maybe they were just total narcissists and just fucked them up. But anyway, yeah, I just want to, like, go off into the woods and die. I know I've said that before, but I really mean that shit. I I just hate society so much, and it's like I'm grateful to be like this too. Whereas I know that plenty of people in this society, plenty of people in this country would look at me and be like, wow, she's so pathetic that she wants to be alone, like she wants to die childless. Yes! Yes! I mean, I'm a weirdo though. This is the difference. Like, women that aren't, you know, authentic and like stand-up comedians that strongly resemble Andy Kaufman. They can't play the keyboard but still insist on playing the keyboard regardless. Alright? I mean, most women aren't like that. Most women are really boring and lame. And they say and do the same uninteresting, uneventful things that all the other women say and do, you know? And so, I'm not trying to convince them that, like, oh, they shouldn't, you know, get married and have children and all that. No, you should. You totally should, because, like, that's all you'll ever do. Like, that's something that you should do. Because, like, you're not going to do shit else for this world. Like, this is what I say to most women, really. Because of all the women that exist, there are probably like 2% of them that are actually interesting. The rest of them, you should shut your mouth and make babies. And like, you're not going to do anything else. Like, what did I just say? You're not going to do shit for this world. So like, raising a child, that's like one of the greatest gifts that you could bring this world, you know? But if you're not going to do that, you better be making art 24/7, you know? I just feel like if you are not a conventional person, you have to have like something to back that up, you know? Like, there are plenty of people out there that aren't conventional because they're just like fucked up in the head. But it's like, if you're not trying to make this world better, like, you're a waste of space. You know, that is how I see things. But I do believe that most people aren't making this world better at all. Most people don't care about that. Which is wrong. Like, those people are shitheads. You should always be asking yourself that question. Like, are my actions helping this world at all? Or is this just adding more, like, negative energy into the mix? Okay, because, you know, I've asked myself that question quite a bit. Because, you know how angry we are. Say that with a smile, you know. Oh, shit, I just want to die. But anyway, sorry, bad comedy night. It was just horrible. It was funny though, because like after I was performing, I was like so ready to get off the stage, and then like Todd, he owns the bar. I don't know what he did, but like he hit a button at the sound check or whatever, and it like made this really loud noise that scared the shit out of everybody. But it was interesting timing, because I said maybe I should just kill myself, and then like that happened. So it was like either encouraging me to kill myself or discouraging me to kill myself. I don't know which one. But the reason why like I wait to put up my comedy videos is because I dread watching them. Like, I don't mind watching these videos because I find them way better and more entertaining, unless it's just really terrible piano punk. I'll still put it up though, unless I'm talking shit about people. If I'm talking shit, I mean, I guess it just depends on, like, the level that I'm at. Because sometimes I say stuff that's not necessary, and I'm like, okay, I shouldn't put that up. But most of the time, you know, we keep shits real, so. I'm not going to be afraid of, you know, saying something that offends people. But it's like, it's not about that. It's just about, you know, having character and not, you know, being mean just for the sake of being mean, or, you know, being ugly towards people that I care about, all because I'm, you know, mad at them for something in particular. And I usually get over it within 3 days. It's usually the duration. I'm pissed off. But God. Your instinct was correct to stop taking the keyboard up there. So just stop taking it up there. If you want to do piano punk, it's got to be a separate thing. Just do regular ass stand-up. Okay, I think I'm gonna go to sleep. But my point that I was trying to make was, like, if you're not a conventional person, like, this is an example. I made this poster tonight. Sex is for sheep. Yeah, so we're, like, asexual for the most part. And you know, sometimes I struggle with this. Like, I struggle with the fact that, like, I don't want what other people want. Like, because I do get lonely sometimes. But then I'm like, Amy, like, anything that you're fantasizing about, you would push away if you had it for real, for real. So I played this little game with myself. Like, imagine this person on your staircase. So if I can't handle the idea of somebody, like, being in my house and sort of, like, invading my space and all that, like, I cannot be in a relationship, period. And it's just not for me. I suck at that sort of thing. That doesn't mean I don't care about people. That doesn't mean that I can't, like, have friends and family and, you know, coworkers and colleagues and all that. It doesn't mean that I can't be there for those people. It just means that it's very, very limited. Like, I significantly limit my time with people because I can't do it, man. I can't do it. I'm like, I have the opposite problem with society. Everybody in society just wants validation, and they want people around, and they want a special someone, and they want a family, and, like, I get it. That's biological. But, like I've said, like, if your brain is all screwy, for whatever reason, like, psychology trumps biology. Because if you think about it, like, whatever happens in your mind, like, you can convince yourself of a totally opposite reality. And you believe it, you know? And so it's like, I don't think that people understand that, especially the people complaining about all this stuff going on. They don't get that this is a psychological war, you know? So you're not going to be able to win unless you understand psychology, and you're not going to be able to, like scope out, like, all of their tactics. Like, I mean, this is what I'm saying with the smartphone. It's, like, so easy for them to manipulate everybody through that piece of technology that everybody is fine with except me. So, anyway, I like this one. I might add to it. You masturbate because you're bored. It's true. Because you're bored with this world, so you fantasize about another world that's 1,000 times better. Like, Leave It to Beaver. That's the one I masturbate to, but, you know, I know. It's not good to do that, so we try to avoid such activities. but I'm not perfect. So, please don't expect me to be perfect. Please don't expect me to be Catholic. I am Orthodox, okay? You can laugh at that all you want. I don't care. But, yeah, I might add to this. Do you think I should do little dots? I don't know. I feel like it needs to be more eye-popping. But I do like this one a lot, though. I think this is very eye-popping. And so very true. Sex is totally for sheep. Like, if you like sex, you're a sheep. That doesn't mean you're a bad sheep, though. You know? There are good sheep and there are bad sheep, and the bad sheep tend to be goats. But the reason why I say that is because, yeah, if you enjoy that sort of thing, it's like, I don't know, sex is the most, like, human thing. Which is why, like, this culture is so screwy, because it's not, like, pornography is probably the best example, but, I mean, if you just look at marriage in this country, it's just such a joke. So, it's like, if you actually cared about the person that you have sex with, like, none of this stuff would happen, you know, in relation to, you know, unwanted pregnancy and, well, I don't want to say it wouldn't happen, but I feel like the chances of, like, you know, having a baby out of wedlock, or, like, you know, divorce, or, you know, bad breakups, you know, it's like, if you really, really thought more about this person that you're, like, supposedly making love to, you know, all these other problems would go away. But yeah, I think that like, biological need that people have to have sex, like, we don't have as much of that. We have a lot less of that because we have a lot more of other stuff that the sheep don't have, you know, like creativity. Yeah, they're totally bereft of it because, you know, they expect politicians to do stuff for them, and they expect educators to teach their children, and they expect the food to not be poison, and the water supply to not be filled with fluoride. You know, it's like they have way too high expectations of the world that they live in. So they're totally fine with reality, like, being laid out for them. So that's why they're so mad, because, you know, everybody's a liar. But, yeah, I'm just glad I'm not a sheep that wants sex, because, like, that's just so depressing. Like, that's just such a depressing existence, to, like, need to have that, you know? And I've had this conversation with so many people that are just like, I can't believe that, like, you are not interested in that. I'm like, well, it's not because, like, I can't see the purpose of it, and it's not because it's not pleasurable or whatever. I mean, I could eat a piece of chocolate cake, you know, or I could roll a joint, or I could take a walk, exercise, you know, work really hard in my job, make something. You know, I feel like there's just so many things that are way better than sex. Like, having an orgasm, like, so fucking what? Like, that's seriously, like, what people do it for? Like, that's insane to me. But see, that's why I said sex is for sheep. But anyway, I was gonna use those posters tonight, but I didn't do it. I don't know what I'm gonna do in the future. I guess it doesn't matter. What future? What's the future? Time isn't real, right?